estás? Welcome to the Keeping It Real podcast with Sulma, the swearing therapist. Hi, I'm Sulma Williams, a licensed clinical social worker who likes to keep it real and swears a lot. Is perfectionism keeping you from doing shit? I like to address today the topic of perfectionism because a lot of times I'm a recovered perfectionist. So let me start there. But a lot of times we stop ourselves from doing shit because we feel we are not ready or it's not going to be perfect. So we don't even try it. And really, the paradox is that remember that saying, practice makes perfect. You had to fucking do it, and you had to do it again, and you had to do it again, and you had to do it again. You had to keep doing it in order to get better at it. So when we see people that we admire, be it an athlete or sports, or like I watch soccer a lot, in because I'm from Argentina, of course. We have Messi, we have Maradona. I'm so old. I've seen Argentina won three men's soccer World Cups, and I've seen them all. So that's how old I am. In 1978, in 1986, and in 2022. But getting back to the concept of perfectionism, how are these guys so good at what they do? In any sports or in any profession or um or doing podcasts or whatever it might be, by fucking doing it and doing it again and doing it again. And it's so you just have to start, and you might never feel ready, especially if you're a perfectionist like I was. Well, I'm still fucking dealing with it, but I am I call myself a recovered perfectionist because I do a lot of shit, like this podcast, for example. How did I start on podcasting? I really wanted to put my message out there, and I was like, oh, nobody is going to want to hear it, or they're going to be bothered by my accent or whatever. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. If you don't like it, don't listen to it. But if I can help one person with my message, it's going to be worth it. So I fucking started doing it. And I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But once I started doing it, first I was a host in podcasts, and all what was required of me was to just fucking be present and honest. So I was like, oh shit, like yeah, of course I can do that. And then one day, not too long ago, I finished recording a podcast, and the host asked me if I had my own show, and I said no. And he said, "Why not?" I'm like, "Cause I don't even know where the fuck to start." He said, "Oh, I help you." I'm like, "You're right. Like this motherfucker is never gonna. I'm never gonna hear from him again." But I did say, "But if I had one, I will call it keeping it real because that's kind of like my MO, right?" Well, that afternoon, that was in the morning. That afternoon, I got an email, and he was like, "Oh, here it is. Like I set it up for you, blah, blah." I was like, "Oh, holy shit." Like he really meant that. So I recorded my first episode, which was, again, it was February. So it was for Valentine's Day, how triggering it is for single people. And then I just continue to do it. And I do appreciate you listening and asking questions and giving feedback because it helps me a lot. But the main thing that I want to point out is that I don't even know how to fucking edit this. So if I make a mistake, I fucking start all over again from the beginning. Like so, and that was the same with when I start posting videos on Instagram. Like the video that finally made it means that there was like maybe 13 videos prior to that one because I made a mistake and I started again because I don't know how to edit and all that shit. But the thing is that I kept doing it. So I was doing a presentation last week at University of Nevada, Las Vegas, where I graduated from, and we were talking. I was talking about the licensing exam. This was I did a presentation on something else, but then toward the end of the class, the students were talking about the licensing exam. And the licensing exam for social workers, at least here in Nevada, I don't know how it is in other states, is 170 questions. 20 of those questions don't count because they are kind of like test questions for other tests. So they don't they don't grade those questions. And then out of the other 150 questions, you need about between 95 and 115 answer correctly in order to pass. But you don't know those things until after you take the test. So when you get the printout, if you pass, when you get the printout, it says, congratulations, you passed. You needed 95 questions answered correctly, and you answered 110 or whatever it might be. So I was breaking it down for the students because I'm like, first of all, you're never going to feel like you are ready to take the test. You're not, because like, oh my God, like I didn't remember that particular thing, or I answered wrong, because there are practice tests that you can take before the actual test. And oh, I didn't, I don't have the 170 questions correctly, and you don't fucking need the 170 questions correctly. So I started breaking it down for the students. I'm like, first of all, you 20 don't count. Then out of the 150, you need between 95 and 110 questions answered correctly, 115. So that gives you even more room to not answer all the questions correctly. So, and one of the students said like, I do appreciate you saying that uh, I'm never going to feel ready. Because like, you're not. If you're a perfectionist, it's like you're never ready. And yet you take the steps, you fucking do it, you get it done, and then you rinse and repeat. And that's how you become good. First of all, perfection doesn't exist, but that's how you become really good at what you do. So it's like you just need to take that step. You need to become Nike and just do it, right? Like, so it's like, no, I'm not ready. When I'm ready, you're never gonna fucking feel ready. So you can do it now, or in a month, or in a year, and you are not going to feel that you are more ready in a year than you are right now, because the anxiety is going to consume you anyway. I'm not saying to not study, but start studying now and then fucking set up a date and go take the test. Because it's like you really are not going to feel ready. You just have to fucking go ahead and do it. So, whatever it is that you want to try in life right now, is it to record a video for social media? Is it to start your own podcast? Is it to be a podcast guest? Uh, is it to try a new sport, or try dancing for the first time, or try exercising for the first time, or whatever it might be? Guess what? Again, become Nike and just do it. Go for it. You are not probably you're not gonna get good the first time. Remember when I show you my painting that that I was like, oh my God, I almost had a fucking panic attack and I wanted to leave, but I didn't. And when I look at it now, it's like, oh, it's good. I mean, it's not perfect, and it has nothing to do with the fucking original one that I was painting from. I'm talking one of those wine and paint experiences. Oh my God, like my perfectionism ruined that. It was a birthday present from my friend Betty, and she drove to the venue. And I'm glad she did because otherwise I would have fucking left. Because the perfectionist, the perfectionist in me didn't allow me to enjoy the moment. Will I do it again? Well, I don't drink, so that takes part of the fun away from it. But if I was ever going to do it again, I will try to be more present in what I'm doing and enjoying the moment rather than trying to be Picasso and copy the fucking thing. That they probably have been painting for 20 years, so I'm not gonna fucking get it in 20 minutes, right? So I will encourage you to whatever. Do you want to learn a new language? Do you want to whatever it might be, talk to somebody, like you initiate the conversation, especially those of you who have social anxiety. It's like just fucking approach somebody, or and say hi, or smile, or um just you're pushing, like you're at the grocery store and you're pushing down the cart, and if you like somebody's hair or nails or clothes or whatever, just say it. What the fuck? I do that, and I'm sure that I freak out a lot of people. But um like, let's say I like your hair, or I like your nails, or I like your blouse, and I will be like, oh, hi, I love your blouse. And I just keep going. I don't want to have a fucking conversation. I just wanted to say that I saw your blouse and I love it, or I saw your hair and I love it. That doesn't mean we are going to be best friends. But you never know, something that is genuine, a comment like that could light up someone's day, because we don't know what people are going through. And if it's a genuine, like, why not? I mean, why not say something nice and brighten someone's day if that's what you really think? So here is a homework, um, for you to think of something that you've been putting off until you felt ready, and just start. And you can start slow, but just take that first step, because you never know who needs to see that or hear that. Or, like, for example, when I went skydiving, um, again with my friend Betty, uh, we went skydiving. I was horrified. I was like, oh my fucking God, I'm gonna die. But I did it, and it was a great experience. But I would have never done it if it wasn't for Betty that was like, okay, let's do it, blah blah blah. So we did it, and now I can share with people that I jump out of an airplane, and those 60 seconds of free fall is so hard to describe because there is nothing to compare it with. But it's like, it was so amazing. Is that something that I want to do every fucking weekend? Not necessarily, but it's certainly something that I am so glad that I did. So, is it skydiving that you want to do? Is it, um, trying a new sport, or some exercise? Or I started belly dancing when I was 40. Like, I started school when I was 42. I started my bachelor's, I started at 42. My bachelor's, I started at 50. It's like, what the fuck is stopping you? English is not my first language. What is your excuse? right? Like it's like, oh my god, like no, um, I don't know about going back to school. Like I didn't even fucking remember when I graduated high school, which was in Argentina. So by the time that I went to school here in the United States with a different culture, with a different language, I didn't even remember when I fucking graduated high school. I graduated in 1983 high school, and I started school here in 2007. Hello, you know, and a complete different culture and different language, and yet I graduated at 46. Then I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Then I got better. And I took care of my health and I got better. And then I started my master's in 2015. If you like, I think it was like a month or 6 weeks short of my 50th birthday. So it's like, what the fuck is stopping you? I started doing podcasts at 59. So it's like, don't allow the fact that you are not going to do it perfectly to stop you from trying anything. Because by doing it, that's how you become better at it. I hope that you found this helpful. Please subscribe to the podcast. Follow me on Instagram at the Swearing Therapist. And I can wait until you share with me what did you start because of the inspiration you got from this episode. I talk to you soon. Bye.